Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Essentially Nikki, and today I'm bringing to you a video on how I made this bomb cabbage soup. This cabbage soup was amazing. So all of these ingredients that I did use, I did purchase from my local grocery store as well as my local farmer's market. The cabbage soup was full of flavor. It was really delicious. So if you guys are interested on learning how to make this cabbage soup, keep on watching. So here I am just washing off the veggies. I did pre-soak my veggies in some apple cider vinegar. I do strongly suggest that you do that just because it does get rid of all that bacteria, any pesticides that may still be on the vegetables. Here I am also washing my onion. I did watch a video where I did see the YouTuber, she washed her onion, and I never thought to wash my onions. So I now wash all of my veggies, including my onions. Here you do see me making some perforated tabs on the onion. And this was also something that I did see in a video. With those perforated tabs, it does make the process of peeling the onion a lot easier. You just peel back the skin where you made those perforated tabs. You just pull that skin back, and within seconds, you are done peeling that onion. So I'm pretty much done washing all my veggies, and I'm going to go ahead and get right into dicing. So I did buy a larger onion for my cabbage soup, so I did only use a half of the onion. I cut the onion in half, and then I cut it in half again. Also, please forgive my video. I was really lazy making this video, so I was sitting down as I was cutting, so my camera was on the table. So as the table shook, my camera shook. So my onions, I did dice them into small to medium sizes. This right here is bok choy. Bok choy is pretty huge in my family. My family growing up in Jamaica, my dad in particular loves bok choy. So it was only natural that I was going to add that into my soup. It is also rich in flavor. It's really delicious. I did also add some celery to my soup. So I did use 3 stalks of celery, and I did cut those up into medium sizes. Also, my little bit was kind of interrupting me during this process too, so forgive me. So here are my peppers. I did use 3 colored peppers. I used orange, I used yellow, and I used green. I did randomly just cut them up. I did not want to dice them because 1, I did want the rich color from the peppers, and 2, I wanted to be able to get some really nice bites of pepper in my soup. Here is some scallion or green onion that I also diced up. And then I also added ginger. Ginger is also really big, especially when it comes to flavor. So as I mentioned, I did purchase all my veggies from my local grocery store and farmer's market. I did, however, forget to buy my carrots. So I did use just what I had in the fridge. So with these smaller carrots, I did just cut off the ends, and then I cut them in half, and then I just diced those up too. So now on to the star, the cabbage. So I did cut the cabbage in half, and then I cut that half into sections, and then I just kind of cut those sections up. Just random medium sizes. Didn't want them too big. I did not want them too small either. So that's all the cabbage that I have for my soup, in addition to all the other veggies that I chopped up. So now we are ready to get them in the pot. So for our liquid, I did add 6 cups of water, and then I also added some veggie broth. And I did add the veggie broth because I wanted to just add some extra dimensional flavor, and I added 2 cups of veggie broth to the water. Also, guys, I'm sorry if you hear that. My heat is on. It's cold. It's pretty cold out, so yeah, we're just gonna put the lid on that and turn up the heat, and we're gonna let that cook, let that warm up, get really hot. So now that the liquid is hot, I am going to go ahead now and add all of the veggies that I chopped up into the water. And I typically would normally just cook the seasoned veggies, the onions, the garlic, those type of things, I would normally just kind of let those cook first, and then I would add in my other veggies, just because sometimes those do take longer to cook. But for this process, because I wanted everything to cook together, I did add all of the chopped up veggies in the water, but then I also did add all of the cabbage to the water as well. But before I do that, I am going to kind of just mix all of these veggies together, just because I kind of just want to stir around all that flavor. That looks really hearty, guys. This soup is going to be so rich. So now that I've given that a really good stir, I am now going to go ahead and I'm going to add the cabbage on top. And I also did this too because I wanted everything to cook evenly. I did want to have some bite with the peppers as well as the cabbage, just because when we overcook our veggies, we do also cook out the nutrients in them as well. So now that I've added all of the veggies and the cabbage, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of let that sit. I want that to blanch out really well. I did let that cook for about 10 minutes. So, and it also does depend if you are working with an electric stove or a gas stove. So with my electric stove, I did let that cook for about 10 minutes. So now that it's blanched down some, I am going to add some pimiento seeds, which is also really big in Jamaican cuisine, but it also does bring a lot of flavor. So I added some pimiento seeds, and then I also added some pumpkin soup mix. And I added this because I did want to add another dimension of flavor. I did not want this soup to just taste like cabbage, so I did want to add some additional flavor to it. And then also pumpkin is kind of naturally sweeter, so it will give it a richer taste. These are all of the seasonings that I added into my soup, which I will add in the description box below. And I did add 1 tablespoon of each of the seasonings that I used into the soup. So here, what you see me adding is Better Than Bouillon. It's a vegetable paste, which is also packed with flavor. So I did add that as well to the soup, and this can of tomatoes. The can of tomatoes is also made with basil and onion as well. So now that I have all my seasoning in, I'm just going to give this a really good mix. I want to make sure that all of the seasonings, all of the flavors marry well together. So we're just going to give this soup a really good mix. Guys, you cannot tell me that this soup does not look delicious. It looks so hearty, so rich. It's definitely going to do the job. So I'm just giving this a really good mix. You can even see how the color of the water has changed, and it smelled amazing. So now that I've given that a really good mix, I'm going to go ahead and let that cook in just a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid down on that and let that cook for about another 10 minutes. And this is what we have. Look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to give that one last stir. Oh, it looks so good. I was very pleased with the results of this cabbage soup. You can see all the colors. You can see the celery. You can see the peppers, the yellow, the orange. You can see the green. You see the bok choy, that pop of red from the tomatoes. And here you have it, guys. Here is my cabbage soup. It was absolutely delicious. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to my channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon.